I'm going to be working on a card following a sketch and a color challenge. And the color challenge is basically a dark, a medium, and a light blue. And the sketch is basically like a square on top of a square on top of a square. Just look down in the comment box and you'll see the direct link to this particular blog post with this video. Also be a link to my blog in general, my Instagram account. I probably mentioned before, and if you're a scrapbooker or any kind of paper crafter, you know, we all keep our scraps, or at least I hope you're keeping your scraps, because although I do find that I keep very small pieces of paper, which once my pile starts getting heavier and heavier, I toss those because that's a little ridiculous. But when it's a big piece, what I do is I put my scraps in just well, the Ziploc is torn off, but a Ziploc baggie. And then I put those Ziploc baggies in these clear magazine holders. But because this is a card, I do like to use scraps when I'm making cards whenever possible. So I'm just going to go through them and select 3 different shades of blue. And you can kind of see I've already gone through this pile of the blue scraps, so a lot of the really small ones are not here, which is good. I really like this color for the dark blue, so let's put this aside just for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the base in a dark blue and then like medium light. I'm not really sure, but I am thinking the shades of blue, it's going to remind me of water. So with the color challenge, they give you 3 colors. Like I said, it's like a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. And then you can use, you know, black or white as far as neutrals. I have this stamp set from Stampin' Up. I hope there's no glare. It's called Seaside Notions. So because of the blues, of course, it makes me think of an ocean or water. So I thought I would stamp some of these images, but just keep them in, I'm going to stamp them on white paper and just keep them black and white. Using these pieces is none of these are big enough to cover the whole paper. I hope that won't work. I almost want to do a white and then cut this down. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. Gotta do the math here. So just turn this around. I don't really have to do the math. So that's my card base, right? Okay, so what did I say? 4.5 by 3.25. So 4.5, 3.25. Do me a favor, in the comments below, leave a comment and tell me what you do. Do you keep all your scraps, or do you kind of pick and choose? Do you not keep scraps at all? Let me know. I'm curious to see what other people do. Uh, 3.5. There you go. 2.25. No, I don't like that. I'm going to do it again. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it look like a Polaroid. It's 1 3/4 by 2.25. 4.5 by 3.25, and this is actually 3.5 by 2.25, probably, and then 2.25 by 1 3/4. That's what we did. While I'm adhering this, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you're not a subscriber already, I would appreciate that. Also give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Let's see, I'm gonna just kind of eyeball that. Again, you can go to my blog, and I'll also have these correct dimensions on there. I'm using scraps, so I can't tell you what color cardstock I'm using or what the brand is or anything like that. But, you know, I invite you to go through your scraps and make a card, you know, whether it's something that's similar to this. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same color combination. I'm going to use this scrap to stamp my images. And again, using this stamp set. So I'm going to stamp a couple of different images because I'm not really sure what I'm going to use, but I figured if I don't use them on this card, I can use them for something else. I really like this seahorse. I think he's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut it, and I'm not going to film the whole thing, so I'm going to speed through it, and when we get back, you'll see that everything's cut out. So I'm going to kind of mess around. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to keep the stamped images neutral because the challenge was basically just the dark, medium, and light with neutral. With, you know, and then if you put anything else, it would have to be something neutral. You know, I'm really liking the shells. Not so sure how I feel about the coral, especially when it's neutral. Just like that is actually kind of cute. And then I can put dimensionals, and I definitely can put some sparkle. So I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to cut this base down just 1/4 inch on each side. I'm going to adhere this down before I put the images on, especially since they're going to be 3-dimensional, because I want this to have a flat surface. And I'm going to put this one down flat. And I'm going to what do you think so far? Good, right? Give me a thumbs up if you like this. And also give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of new videos, you can hit the bell, the notification bell, and it will notify you of new videos. I post at least 1 video a week. See that? I don't know if you can see the glitter. Oh, I do like that a lot. And I'm glad I put it, I'm using this to mat it, because even though it's white on white, I'm going to put this piece up on a dimensional. But before we do that, let's figure out what the sentiment we want. Let's look at our stamp set. Something basic. Here's to you. Yeah, we could definitely do that. And I'm going to use the black ink again. And just because this is the first time I've used the sentiment, I'm just going to, yeah, see how it's got all that extra? I always like to trim that down. And that was a trick from my very first Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Before I tie that string on, I'm going to do a little notch. See that about half on. You know what? I probably should measure it so I get the next one. So, what is that? 1.5. center that. Oh yeah. Now it's just a matter of playing with that to get it to how I like it. I want it to be small. I think that's the worst. Here, let's try something different. Okay, so I put the three-dimensional or the foam adhesive, and now I'm going to eyeball this. Oh, center it. And there you go. What do you think? Pretty cute, huh? So don't forget, look down below and you'll see the link to my blog post, my blog, my Instagram account. And if you go to my blog, you'll get the information on the challenge sites that I'm doing with both the colors and the sketch, the card sketch challenge. And give me a thumbs up, and I hope you hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.